Hi everyone, Jennifer here, and I just wanted to make a post about some of the things going on in our world, along with this political crap and the hype about Russia. I've been doing a good bit of research on these things. Well, I guess you wouldn't call it research. I've just been looking at a lot of different articles online, and been checking out a bunch of different sites, part of them government websites, part of them news websites. I've even been looking into some websites that are Russian and Russian news, and not just relying on our media. And let me just start off with the politics. First and foremost, I am a Trump supporter. I'll go ahead and put that out there. I am. Does that mean that I think he is our best option 100%? Against Hillary, yes, I do. But do I think we could actually have someone a little better with Trump's ideas that he has, but also with, I guess, a little bit more political background, I think would be great. Because, I do believe that there's a lot of stuff that Trump's not going to know what to do about or how to handle. But as of right now, he is our best candidate. Hillary, for one, has done nothing but lie to our country, put our country in danger. She has hidden emails. She has one story that she tells the people, and she has her plans. And she has even said that she believes that politicians should have, I can't even think of the words, but she even thinks that politicians should have a forefront of what they say that they're going to do, and also have on the back burner what they're actually going to do, and she thinks that that's okay. And I do not agree with that. I believe that if you are going to be doing something that, you have told the people you're going to not do, or you're going to do differently, I think you should tell the people. I think they need to be informed. And all the emails, oh my gosh, these emails. For one, the way I see it is that she should be under the jail, not just in jail, under the jail, for all these emails. She broke the law. If myself or just some other citizen out here on the street had done the exact same thing she would have done, we would be in prison for life. So why is there that double standard? That needs to be addressed. And I just really don't see how she is fit to be our president. Also, on that topic of her being fit to be president, she has so many health issues. Yes, Donald Trump is old. Hillary Clinton is old. But, well, to me they are. I'm in my 20s. So, but she is having far too many health issues to even run our country. If she can't do these, if she has to have someone run up to her and stand right by her to stab her with an auto-injector for seizures, and she's falling out at conventions, and she's too sick to go to conventions, she's not well enough to run our country. We need someone that is going to be physically fit to run our country, mentally fit to run our country, and emotionally fit. Now, And she fits none of those categories. And so many people are saying that she, she is emotionally fit. She knows what she's doing. She doesn't have the outburst that Trump has. Okay, well, that is what the media is leading you to see, is that Trump has these outbursts and has a temper, and that she is this calm and well-mannered person. They're not showing you all this footage of her going off on people, her getting upset because she didn't have her way, something, constantly. They don't show that. But all they show is these bad things about Trump. His locker room talk, for instance. Give me a break. Come on, give me a break. What male in their life has not said something about a female or even another male, if they're of that sexual orientation, said something about someone they're, the sex that they are attracted to? What male or female even has not said something, at least to someone, about their thoughts about that person? And ladies, you can't say that that's not true, because it is. It's true that everybody thinks, whether you've said it out loud or not, you've thought it. And ladies, by that I mean, an actor, Channing Tatum, very good looking. Watching Magic Mike, and you ladies being like, oh yeah, look at this, I'd love to touch those abs or grab that butt, blah blah. That's the same thing. Same thing. What's the difference? There's not one. This was locker room talk between Trump and some friends years ago. All men do it. Somebody just wanted to be sneaky and record him so that they'd have some dirt on him. Really? Really? So first off, get that out your mind. That's irrelevant. But a lot of people are saying, if Hillary gets elected, Putin said that he's going to, declare war on the U.S. Okay. You're only half right. Putin is not a fan of Hillary. And here's why. Hillary has said horrible things about Putin. She has already said that she plans on, attacking them and disarming them and this, that, and the other. And yes, Putin is backing Trump. Here's why. They have a common goal in mind, which we all have that goal, or at least we should, to shut down ISIS. Okay, ISIS is our biggest threat. That is the world's biggest threat as of right now, is ISIS. Excuse me. But Trump wants to take out ISIS. And that's what I think we need to do. Does Hillary worry about that? No, she doesn't, because she's getting funding from them. She is helping them. But that's a whole nother topic. Not even going to go into it. But everyone's all up in arms about the issue of Trump backing, wanting to ally with Putin. I think we need to. Personally, I believe we need to make Russia our allies, because we have the common goal of defeating ISIS. And with that common goal of defeating them, we can take them out. Once that is taken care of, if we have, I guess you could call it bad blood between us and Russia, then we can take care of that. And if we stand together to defeat ISIS, we're better off negotiating our issues with each other when that time comes. So right there I am with that. Go. Ally with them. That's fine with me. And if you see it differently, that's fine. You can let me know in the comments, but please be respectful about it. But as I see it, I think it would be good for us to ally with them when it comes to defeating ISIS. That's just my thoughts. Um, Also, the fact of the matter is that, yes, Russia used a scare tactic. They showed off their new nuclear weapon. But what a lot of people aren't realizing, all they see is what the media is showing them is Russia done this. They showed off they've got this nuclear weapon. They're threatening us. Blah 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 blah. But they're not telling you that the United States, NATO, and the UK have Russia's borders surrounded by military. More military, well, not more military, but it's, from what I have read, is one of the headlines was the most military movement on one country since the Cold War. So, if they're trying to use a scare tactic, I can kind of partially understand why. They're being surrounded. For what? What have they actually done to us for us to surround them like that? I don't know. But, for instance, if Russia decides to drop a nuke on us, I can guarantee you that's not the only nuke that they have. This weapon, I have read up about this weapon that they have. It is a 40 megaton, has the capabilities of a 40 megaton nuclear missile. It is undetected by radar, which means that it could enter our airspace without us even realizing it's there. And it can take out an area the size of Texas. Texas is the largest state in the United States of America. As in, like, yeah. So if Russia really wanted to, with 5 of those missiles, they could take out all of the United States, minus Hawaii, maybe. Depending on where they dropped it, they could probably get them too. But that's besides the point. But I honestly don't see them doing that, just because of the fact of the matter is that if they shoot a nuke off at somebody's going to shoot a nuke off back at them, and then there's just going to be nukes flying all over the place, which will leave the world uninhabitable. Just the fact of the matter is. And unfortunately, the United States is not prepared for something like that. In the sense of our citizens are not prepared for something like that. We don't have nuclear bunkers or places like that. There's just not any. Back years ago, it was a big deal, and whenever the wars were going on and everything, and they had them, but not many Americans have bunkers unless you're a prepper. And most preppers don't, that most normal people that aren't preppers don't have the money to build a bunker. So it's just one of those things where it's like, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? I really don't think it will. If it does, I would like to be prepared, but I am one of those Americans that just doesn't have the money to go out and pay some big company that makes these bunkers thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to make me this teeny tiny bunker that's going to be uncomfortable for my family of 5, and come and install it on some backwoods property that I don't have access to because I don't own any land other than my yard. And my yard is kind of small. I mean, I guess I could put one in my backyard, but then all my neighbors would know it's there, and then that would still be dangerous. So it's kind of pointless to try and prepare for something like that, of that magnitude at this point now. But this whole election crap, and I mean, come on. I just hope everybody, because Hillary's going to ramp up the issue with Russia. That's all there is to it. She's going to ramp it up. As of right now, there's not really an issue. There's not. There's some tension. There's always been tension with Russia, and that's a given. But Hillary's just going to make it worse. She's going to make it 10 times worse. And Trump will not. He's planning on, teaming up with Russia, and that's what we need. As of right now, that's what we need to get rid of ISIS. And like I said, then we can take care of the issues between the U.S. and Russia at a later date. And then once we see that we can work together to take care of a common goal, there's the possibility that there won't be any tension there anymore, that we can get along, that we can see eye to eye on so many things. But until then, the election is coming up next week. About a week. Yeah, November 8th. A lot of places are doing early voting. And I would just suggest to Hillary Clinton supporters to rethink your decision. Not because of this nuclear crap or because of the deal with Russia. Rethink your decision on an ethical issue. Do not vote Republican or Democrat just because you have been a lifelong Democrat and that's what your family has always done, and you vote Democrat just because that's what all Democrats are supposed to do, because it's not. I'm an independent. My family were registered as Democrats. But I decided to be independent. A lot of my family has actually changed to independent as well, because we see eye to eye with both parties on different topics. But we do not see eye to eye with both parties on different topics. So it's, it's a pick and choose. And the fact that Hillary also has the FBI is also opening up the case to reinvestigate her again is kind of, you might want to check into this, and don't believe what the media is telling you. Do your own research. Please, for goodness sakes, do your own research. Look into all of this. Don't just take it at face value. Look into this deeper than what they are telling you, because there's just so much that they're not telling us unless you go digging for it. And when you go digging for it, you find a lot. Just think of, and women voters, if you're watching this, please do not go and vote for her because she's a woman and that's the only reason why. Because Trump said derogatory things about a woman. Look back at what she has said in the past about women. Look back at what she has said in the past about the women that her husband had affairs with, the horrible things that she said to them. Look into all that. Look at all the people that have gone missing that surround her. Or not missing, but wound up dead because of her. Or not because of her, I won't say that. I will say that surround her. Look at the emails. A lot of the emails are becoming public now to where you can actually see what the emails said. Look at those. Read those before you go vote. And some states are allowing you to go back and change your vote. So if you have already early voted, please look into this and at least think about it. And if you're stuck in between and you are just going to vote for Hillary because you don't like Trump, listen, there's third-party candidates out there. Jill Stein and Gary Johnson. Look into them as well. And I'm tired of seeing the Hillary campaign say that, a vote for Jill Stein or a vote for Gary Johnson is a vote for Trump. It's not. If enough people decide, I don't like Trump and I don't like Hillary, I'm going to vote for the third party candidate, there's still the possibility that that third party candidate can become our president. So please do your research. Because you're not even, things are going to change. This election is going to change things for the rest of the United States. Not just this year and for the next 8 years, for good. You need to think about that. Think about who you're electing for your children. If you have children, think about it in that sense. The defunding Planned Parenthood that Donald Trump is planning on doing, okay, that may be a negative. Also, one last thing about this election that a lot of people, I've seen a lot of Hillary supporters posting this online, and it's just really driving me nuts because either y'all are deaf, crazy, not paying attention, or just plumb stupid. Because one of the things at her rallies is she's saying Trump's going to lower the taxes on the upper class. Okay, but look at this. Trump, let me just stop right there. He's lowering taxes for the upper class, but he's also lowering taxes for the middle class and the lower class. He's not just lowering taxes for the upper class. He's lowering taxes for everyone. But then she goes on to say, he's lowering taxes for the upper class, but we're not going to do that. We're going to raise taxes. We're going to raise taxes on the middle class. Okay, now please, for the love of God, tell me you know the difference between an upper class and the middle class. Because Hillary is saying she is going to raise taxes on the middle class because Trump is lowering taxes on the upper class. So please tell me you know the difference in upper class and lower class and middle class, because the majority of Americans are middle class. We are all middle class citizens pretty much. So she's going to raise taxes on us. And she's saying that at her rallies, and people are like, and she says it just like that. Trump wants to lower taxes for the upper class. Well, we're not going to let that happen. We're going to raise taxes on the middle class. And everybody goes crazy. And everybody's sharing it on Facebook like she is some great person because she's not going to let the upper class get lower taxes. She's going to raise them on them. But yeah, what she's really saying is she's going to raise taxes on the middle class, the average people of America, the people that keep this country running. So, she uses a lot of, I don't really know the word for it, in her speeches, she uses a lot of twisting and turning of her words in her sentences to make it seem like she's saying something that's really great, but if you're really paying close attention, you realize she's actually laying out for you what she's going to do, and it's not what she's making it out that it's going to be. Just please look into this. Look up the video. I've actually seen the video posted as Hillary knocking down Trump's taxes or something like that. Something along those lines. I'm not 100% sure if that's the name of it, but it's a possibility. But just look at that, please. Please look into that and actually do your research before you go vote. Or if you have voted, do your research and go change your vote if you want to. But don't just vote for her, or don't just vote for just Trump because you don't like her. Go vote for Jill Stein or Gary Johnson because your voice can be heard if enough people do it. But really take this election to heart because it's going to change our nation. Anyways, have a great day and thank you for tuning in. If you liked my video, give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button wherever it is. And please leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts on these topics. But please be respectful in your comments. That's the only thing. I will be respectful to you as long as you're respectful to me. Otherwise, I will delete comments if you're going to be rude. But I'm open-minded. I will look at your views, and then I may counter your views. But be open to that. Don't come on here calling me names and everything like that. Because I didn't call people names that are Hillary supporters. All I said was, you're either not paying attention, you're deaf, or you're stupid. So, deaf and not paying attention is not calling you a name. It just means that she has worked her way, she worked her loophole, and she got you. So, like I said, please be respectful. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave me a comment below, and everyone have a great day.